the Republicans have no answer for the student debt relief. And so they're just really, for the most part, harping on the FBI having to go to Trump's Mar-a-Lago and say, can we have our property back, please? It's also, not only is it not your property, it's also very dangerous property for you to have out here, just like, in the magazine rack. Here is former Trump Department of Justice official Jeffery Clark. Remember, this is the one who wanted to basically do the coup, right? I mean, this is the guy who wanted to press the states for the fake electors and say that there was, election questions. Here he is discussing the photo released by the DOJ. And let's listen to this.
And it relates to comic book world, right? Spider-Man. I seem to remember that there were a lot of plots in Spider-Man, because he was the reporter, right, Peter Parker, for Jonah Jameson, where, because he was taking the pictures, he was sometimes urged by Jonah Jameson to stage pictures. And, ethical Peter Parker, the high school student or later, would resist that kind of thing. I just, again, I don't buy that there was kind of a game of documents like, pick up sticks or, throw all the cards on the floor. I don't think that's how the documents were found.
Yeah, apparently no one is asserting that these are the way that the documents were found. What they are, what anybody who has been in this, and Clark must know this, that they do this all the time. When they find in these situations, they lay this stuff out and take pictures of it as evidence that it was in that location, not that it was in that manner.
I mean, he seems to have seen movies before, since he's referencing like plot by plot points of one of the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans. But so he's probably seen an episode of Law and Order before. This is what happens in every one of these cases. Yeah, I mean, if you follow any of the lawyers who are, have, prosecutors who have dealt with these things, or any lawyers who have clients who dealt with these things, that's what they do. Like, they lay it out. And so there's some evidence that it existed in that place, not that it was, he's not being prosecuted for leaving sensitive documents on the floor. Let's put it that way.
And I guess the analogy is that Peter Parker would have been the FBI and Jonah Jameson would have been the DOJ pressing Peter Parker / the FBI to stage this photo, and that Parker didn't, but the FBI did.
Well, the FBI did stage the photo, and one is arguing that it's not staged. It is there specifically, like, it's like, I don't know, when they show these put the drugs on the table with the weapons and
the ancient gun, pull out of the river. Yeah.
I don't think these gang members left all these weapons and bags of drugs on this table.
Just laid out as a display.
All it is it's like we talked about yesterday with like the Charlie Kirk thing of the Time magazine. It's like finding a hidden meaning so you don't have to talk about the actual underlying issue. It's just like the secret detail proves that it's all, smoke and mirrors.
And they're also, as you said about that story yesterday, Matt, they're children looking for some sort of reassurance or like a way to get out of the reality by it feeding kind of their narcissistic impulse to be like, I have secret knowledge or understanding. And they're children too, by always referencing superhero movies. Like, this guy must be a Tim Pool viewer, because I don't understand why they have no other cultural anchor for them to make their points. They're like kids.
And it's also like, it's one thing to sort of like express to use a movie to like explain something, but the audience is not familiar. The
Newsmax audience, Real America's Voice, as you know.
I get the sense they're not like the percentage of those people who've watched Spider-Man is pretty low. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he's like talking about the actual comic back when these people were kids reading it. I don't know.